Hi there, this is Pankit Desai, co-founder, CEO of Sequretek. Before I start off, I just wanted to lay the context of why we are here. If you look at how one looks at any chain, the strength of the chain is determined by the weakest link. And security for a very long time was assumed in that context that identify the weakest link in your entire organization, fix that and you are more or less okay. But if you have heard what's happened over the last day and a half and the sessions that we've had, we've continued to speak about a bunch of new technology providers and capabilities that are kind of becoming a stack up on each other. Jeremy spoke very eloquently about the number of apps on the phones and the number of stack up opportunities that we as fintech industry have created, enabling us to really transform the way we choose to bank ourselves. The question therefore now comes is that in a stack up world, what is the weakest link? In my opinion, it is the newest link that's your weakest link. And the problem that comes in any of the newest link is where you see the issues. It is this specific problem that we at Sequretek are aiming to solve through our capability, which is called as Percept XDR, stands for Percept Extended Detection and Response. And essentially what it does, it has the ability to look at your entire enterprise in context, whether it's your cloud infrastructure, third-party service providers, fintech providers, on-premise, work from home, any of these, aggregate information from a security perspective across the landscape, and then figure out a way to understand what's happening on a real-time basis. If you talk to any credit union, community bank CEO, and they're really worried that I do not know what's happening at this point of time, this is one dashboard. As you can see, you are able to see everything that's happening in a real-time basis across your landscape from a threat perspective. And if you were tech savvy or if someone on the team wants to really look at it, you can just scroll down, look at a specific threat pattern, identify and see what that specific threat actor is doing for yourself, right? So where is the attack coming from? What is the origination of it? Who is it targeting? And so on and so forth. The ability that you have at an enterprise level, therefore, to start at the very highest level and then drill down to look at the least common denominator, which in this case is an attack, is something that allows organizations to understand where their overall threat issues lie. So starting with the alerts, going down to incidents is what this capability is all about. Can you go to the next one? Yeah. So you can create incidents. If it's a false positive, you can get rid of it and so on and so forth. The other capability that we have is the ability to look at analysis of what this whole data looks like. So from a raw event perspective, it can identify the attributes that are sitting out there. At very detailed level, if you're a security professional, you have the ability to understand various forms of data that exist in your organization and the threats that come off. And then going from there on, we can look at the attacks and how they are perpetrating in your environment, right? So the attacks go through a cycle. So from an initial access to the final incursion, you have various opportunities to identify the attack. So if I am a CEO or a CXO looking at this dashboard at this point of time, I'm really worried that there is a lateral movement, which basically means a ransomware is in progress, and it's very, very close to creating a problem for me in my environment. So ability for you to look at attacks in context and be able to answer that specific question is that if my dollars, the millions of dollars that I've spent on security are working effectively or not, this is the capability through which you understand where the attacks are originating, what stage of the attack cycle that you are on, and what are the steps specifically that one will need to take to fix it. This technology also allows you to automatically remediate the attack. So from here on, you can actually trigger a fix which allows you to talk to specific devices and systems that are getting impacted. So whether you take some device offline, whether you need to do something on the perimeter level or at a user behavior level, ability to understand how attacks are propagating in an environment, and then look at specific thoughts that one needs to do in terms of where the fixes lie is the capability that the platform has. Next one. Yeah. So on this, you can search data, and all of this is fairly useful when you look at from a compliance point of view. All credit unions, community banks need to undergo OCC compliance. You need to also undergo FFIEC requirements. A lot of these are asked by the regulators in terms of what your overall risk posture is, how effective you are managing your infrastructure and capabilities. The platform has the ability to get that information out to you and look at everything from a security posture improvement perspective, as well as the ability to respond to threats and look at compliance as it relates to how you need to get in front of every quarterly, 6 monthly, depending on what the regulator is asking for. To sum up, the way I look at this is that you have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in your digital transformation journey. You have spent millions of dollars on various security technologies. The problem that you're trying to grapple with is the inability for you to understand how those technologies are working and are they working effectively for you or not. This one platform covers the entirety of your organization and the boundaries which are actually outside of it in terms of any cloud infrastructure and the applications. It has the ability to understand the data in context. It has the ability to identify the threats as they happen through the organization. It has the ability to define what your response mechanism is going to be. It can generate an incident if you want to do a manual response. It can do an automated response. And depending on the parts of the organization that are consuming this technology, you can create a process that fixes all of this without having to worry about a complicated bunch of 3-letter acronyms that exist in the security world. In summary, this is something that we believe that can make give your security professionals a very good sleep at night, and you as a CEO, a good understanding of where you stand. I hope you like it. If you like it, do vote for us, and we have a booth downstairs. We'd love to engage with you and get a perspective on how we can help you. Thank you so much.